Yeah, I'm not sure. Sure feels like it.
Yeah.
That one we did. That's Washington, isn't it? Or is it that one?
Up ahead is
Oh,
Washington.
no, yeah. No, I'm sorry, Madison.
Madison, yeah. Or Jefferson, Madison, Jefferson, I don't know.
Oh. Okay, so now we're on the top of Mount Franklin. Now, for those of you from El Paso, not to be confused with the Franklin Mountains in El Paso, this is Mount Franklin in the Presidential Range. I've got to admit there is something kind of special about walking along a mountain path with incredible views for, oh, I don't know, probably hundreds of miles, and be able to bend down and pick wild blueberries. The other day at lunch, I sat on a rock and had my peanut butter tortilla, and there just happened to be a bunch of blueberries growing there, so I picked them and put them on my tortilla with the peanut butter. So I had kind of a peanut butter and jelly impromptu sandwich. You can see the trail, and every once in a while you come upon a sign that gives you a hint that you're on the right path. I'm kind of making my way down some rocks, trying not to add to my cuts and bruises. Sorry about that. It says Crawford Path. If you look real close, you can see in parentheses AT, Appalachian Trail, right next to it, which gives me a pretty good clue that I'm going the right direction. Sun came up over that direction, and there's a mountain from yesterday. So as long as I can, we're just kind of going through this above the tree area between the Presidential Mountains. Yesterday I showed you some stuff from Mount Washington, incredible views. It's the tallest of the mountains on the Presidential Range, and this alpine area has a lot of these little different kind of plants. Some of these are actually even blueberries. I don't see any fruit right now, but a lot of beautiful things. Thus begins day 36. I come to you kind of first thing this morning, just a little after 7. I stayed at the a hut just below Mount Washington. The Appalachian Mountain Club, who basically has control over the trails and the mountains in this part of, or in New Hampshire, have these huts that people can pay to come and stay at. They're really remote locations, and they also have kind of a deal where through hikers can do a work for stay for the night, and they usually limit it to 2 on most of the huts, but this particular hut is the biggest one. It's called Lake of the Clouds Hut, and they have up to 4 work for stay thing, which means you get the leftover food and you get to sleep in the dining room floor. Sounds awful unless you think about the dining room floor is still a little bit nicer than a tent platform or a shelter out on the trail. But the problem was the kids, the crew who work there, have so much to do that they work until well after midnight, mostly kitchen chores and stuff like that. And then let me turn you around so you can see the trail and not have to look at my lovely face. Although I've got to say, I'm liking the way my beard's coming in. It's full on homeless now. Hey, pretty bird. Thank you for sharing with me. Just broke out in this incredible overlook, and this little white and black bird that you just saw the video of, he keeps flying around. I don't know where he went that time, but he came just within 5 feet of me, just looked at me. So beautiful. You can see this is an incredible view. I'm not sure which mountain I'm on top of. There's a lot of them, but you see a town over there, and then just the rock faces, mountains. May storm this afternoon. We'll see. I hope not too bad. I'd hate to get caught out in it, but I'll be fine. I've got a couple of places I can stop on the way. Just thought I'd share that pretty cool little bird with you. No idea what it was. If you know what bird that was, please put in the comments, and I'd appreciate it. On the trail, there's a lot of these kind of bridges. This one happens to go over a stream, but if you follow past my feet, you'll see for quite a ways, these are what are referred to as bog bridges, and they help get over muddy patches and different things. And there are miles and miles of these, some of them in really good shape, some of them rotten and deteriorated, so you still have to be real careful where you step. Just giving you a little perspective across the stream and step over the rocks back onto the bog bridges. See, that one's kind of pretty deteriorated. The other thing that you have to pay attention to is they nail them into the below boards, and as they wear, those nail heads stick up, and if you're not careful, you'll catch your shoe on the nail heads, and that'll cause a little bit of a catastrophe. But there's a lot of mud. I would think up in the mountains that there wouldn't be all that much mud, but what you can see down in a lot of mud on my shoes. So far my feet are dry today, but I shouldn't have said that out loud, because that'll mean probably before too long they'll be soaked. I appreciate and impressed by the number of volunteers every year that come out, and see a big footprint in the mud there, which that's a good indication. Hey, step on this rock over here and then to those roots instead of right down in that muddy spot, unless you just want to be muddy. And then you come to this. You can see trail here, trail over there, and a big tree right in the middle. It's called a blowdown. And sometime in the last some period of time, the wind came along and blew this tree down across the trail. Probably next winter, crews will come in of volunteers again and cut these out so that you can have better access to the trail. So I get to choose to go under or over, and I figure I'm gonna get bunged up either way. Well, I made it over that blowdown with no injuries. So far this morning, the trail's been really kind of nice and flat. The part that I enjoy the most, I mean, the mountain views and the challenges of going up over thousands of feet of mountain are nice, but after a while it gets a little bit tiring, and so some flat terrain is appreciated, but I'm going over a lot of a lot more of the Bog Bridges right now. You can kind of see these are new ones. If we look back, there's one that's probably in a few that are in a little bit need of repair. Most of the time these big old huge boards have to be brought in by hand, carried in by volunteers. And like I said before, I really appreciate the amount of work that it would take and sweat and effort and energy to do this. And you know, sometimes you think, oh, I so wish they'd replace this one or this one. This one sure has been here a long time and all that. But at the same time, like so much of life, it's probably ought not complain about it unless you're willing to be a part of the solution. And I don't think I'm going to be hauling logs over miles and miles of trail anytime soon. The irony of this trail is just fantastic. You're walking through the woods on a relatively flat surface, and then all of a sudden you come out of the woods to this. And not only up, there's the path that goes forward. Look at this down. Can't even see over the edge really. Let me just tell you a secret. This is Skip opinion. If this were Maine, the trail would be going straight up that. But apparently the people of New Hampshire, so far, have a little bit better idea. So one of the hiker huts did a 20-minute super huge pancake challenge for a thru hiker. And this gentleman, trail name?
It's day late.
Day late. Let's hope he's not a day late on eating the pancake. And his buddy eating a normal bowl of soup. What's your trail name?
2 bowls of soup.
2 bowls of soup, yeah. You're still gonna be hungry after, right? All right. You've got 30 minutes and you get the pancake for free and to stay tonight at Ethan Pond. Pretty cool. And you guys are
the stickiest my fingers have been all day.
You guys are Nobo hikers?
Yeah.
When did you said flip-flop, right?
Yeah.
From Harper's Ferry.
I'm just a section. I'm just shooting New England.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. There's no just anything here. It's all real. Sweet. So I don't know whether it's good news or bad news for the thru hiker challenge with the pancake, but the guy couldn't even finish half of it before he gave up, which means the young lady at the shelter got 20 bucks for it. And so I guess she's happy, and I think he was happy to have tried. And then he also said that someone on the trail had given him $20 for trail magic, so ultimately the $20 that they gave him for trail magic paid for the pancake, and the young lady that cooked at the shelter that day benefited as well, and he got a belly full, so no loss any direction. As soon as we left the hut, it turned up, and so I'm going up for a little ways. A lot less complaining though. I'm really beautiful day, warm but not super hot, a little breeze here and there. Glad to be hiking. You see the babies? Are they in that tree over there? It's okay. Abnormal for me to show you a waterfall, but this one just happens to be the Appalachian Trail. Yes, the trail goes right up this waterfall.